A claps.
Hey cool cats and kittens, it is me Keisha and I am here with this week's all tea all shade Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 12 episode 11 review. Y'all ready to get into it? Because I'm ready to get into it. Yes ma'am, yes sirzy, let's go. The episode starts off where we learn that Lisa, Erica, and Garcelle have all caught COVID. I remember when this happened earlier this year. We then see Kyle having a fundraiser event at her house with none other than Jamie Lee Curtis, the phenomenal actress, honey, one of my faves. She is the daughter of legendary actress Janet Leigh and father Tony Curtis, both goats in the game. And they're raising money for the children's hospital. So all the other girls come over to Kyle's house. You know, everybody's excited to see Jamie Lee Curtis. Then when it's time for everybody to sit down for lunch, Sutton realizes that she's been placed next to Diana, and she looks at Kyle and was like, Kyle, no, we're not doing this. And Jamie Lee Curtis peep game like, oh, it's starting. The show has began. Okay, these hoes don't get along with each other. So Sutton ends up sitting next to Cherie instead. And Cherie asks if she has any eyelash glue because her eyelash is coming off. Sutton try to help her and literally takes the eyelash glue and puts it directly onto the strip while it's onto her, while it's still kind of like attached to her eye. Ends up getting glue everywhere, almost blinding the damn lady. Jamie Lee Curtis got to come over there and fix Cherie's eye. I'm like, see, this is what happened when you ain't got your good black Judy with you, because she would have known to not do it that damn way. I'm like, God damn it, Sutton. So while that's going on, Dorit then asks Diana about her lunch with Sutton, and Diana was like, you know, it didn't go well. I'm a little repulsed by her. She offends my space. I'm like, bitch, this ain't Star Trek, the next galaxy. Girl, fuck your space. So as they're eating, Jamie Lee Curtis starts bringing out all of these products that she sells on her website. And when people buy them, all the proceeds go to the Children's Hospital charity. And so she brings out a dog collar. Here go Dorit. Oh my gosh. That is, oh my gosh, it's so chic. Then Jamie Lee Curtis brings out a portable fence. Oh my gosh, a portable, that is revolutionary. Jamie Lee Curtis brings out a wind chime. Oh my gosh, a wind chime. That is by far the chicest wind chime I've ever seen. Kyle, do you see this wind chime? Oh my God, Jamie Lee. Oh my God, Jamie Lee. I'm looking at the screen. Kyle looking at her like, bitch, are you fucking serious? Like, ass kissing much? If you don't have several fucking seats, girl, act like you ain't never seen this little cheap ass shit before. Oh my God. Then when Jamie Lee showed the tumbler, oh my gosh, is that a tumbler? It's hot and cold. You could put any kind of liquid in it and go hot and cold. Oh my gosh, I've never seen anything so fabulous in my life. I'm like, oh my gosh, Dorit. So then Kyle surprises Jamie Lee with a donation that she made on behalf of both of them for the Children's Hospital charity for $25,000. And Lint Liquor then matches it with a $25,000 donation herself. And I'll give her that. Ooh, yeah, you did that for the kids. It's for the kids, but I still don't like your ass. All the dinner, the whole lunch, she just sitting there licking them lips like she do. And I'm like, ugh, girl, get you some Carmax, something. So after the lunch, Jamie Lee leaves and Kyle and Crystal and Diana escort her out. So in the sitting area, you see Sutton, Cherie, and Dorit. And so, you know, Dorit, little messy ass. So what happened with the lunch? You had lunch with Diana, didn't you? And Sutton was like, yeah, she's very angry. She is angry. And so Cherie was like, why you always in trouble? And Sutton says, because I say what I think. I just say what I think, and I really don't care about how anybody feels about it. So Cherie was like, so how is that working for you? And so it was like, I know, Cherie, I know. I'm going to be quiet. And when I'm quiet, all y'all going to be sad. I'm telling you, y'all going to be sad about it. That shit was funny because I love Sutton now. Sutton cracks me the fuck up. So as they're talking about the conversation, Sutton says that, she would never make fun of somebody's miscarriage because, she felt some type of way when Diana was making fun of her having, 2 miscarriages or whatever. And Dorit was like, but you did, love. You did. You questioned her bed rest. You should have approached it differently. So they basically were just trying to tell her, if you would have came to her, more kinder about the situation instead of just like antagonizing her from their point of view and just bulldozing her. But once again, Sutton was drunk. Y'all gave Erica ass a pass pretty much for telling Garcelle's kids to fuck you, but y'all want to hold Sutton's feet to the flame for calling Diana out on her bullshit about still coming to events and stuff when you so-called bleeding from your vagina profusely. Make it make sense, girl. It don't make sense. So I'm team Sutton with this. Fuck Diana. So then we go to what's her name, Kyle's little bar area, and it's her, Lit Liquor, and Crystal, and they're standing around talking. And Crystal, the conversation of Crystal posting about her eating disorder is brought up, and she said that she just wanted to talk about it because she just was feeling like crap that day and wasn't no point of posting something all happy-go-lucky when that really wasn't how she was feeling. So Kyle starts asking her a bunch of questions like, are you a binge eater? And she was like, no, I'm not a binge eater. So she was like, so you eat very little and then you throw it up. And Crystal had this like shocked look on her face like, oh my God. Like, and she even said to her like, wow, you're asking me very deep questions. And I'm like, that obviously triggered her because it must have been true. But I'm like, y'all obviously are having this conversation. You posted about it. Like, I was shocked at her response to that. I think it was her responses because it was so dead on from Kyle. And she then opens up and was like, I think about everything I eat. She then goes on to say she'll never eat pasta, but she envies other people when she sees them eating. I'm like, girl, you have no idea what you're missing. Oh, girl, just eat one noodle a day until you just get comfortable. Like, oh, girl, you don't know what you're missing. So she then goes on to say that it stems from when she was in school, her being like one of the tallest, biggest girls in her class. But then when she's showing photos of her in high school, on her little sports teams, whatever, she literally was the same height as everybody else. What I think that it was is when she said, then me looking differently from everybody else. When you look at her class photos, she was one Chinese, Asian, I forgot what descent she is, out of all of these white children. So of course she's going to feel differently about herself because she has nobody around that looks like her. I went through the same thing when I was in elementary school. I went to a predominantly white elementary school from 1st through 3rd grade. And in my class, it would be maybe I would be the only black child, period, or it might be 2 of us in class. And so I remember from 1st through 3rd grade, I had this fixation of wanting to be white. I wanted to look like the white girls. I wanted my hair to be long and silky, and I wanted white approval so badly because I never had anybody around that looked like me. And it wasn't until I started going to a predominantly black school in 4th grade where I began to be proud and comfortable in my blackness. And this is why it is so important that when people have money or are able to put their kids in these institutions, that they make sure that they're putting their kids in schools where they have people around them that look like them. That is so important. And I think that's the main reason why she had an eating disorder, because she wanted to fit in with the white girls. And I think that white approval still plagues Crystal, because you can still see it coming up in her as a grown woman adult, where she's still seeking white girl approval. That's why she gravitated more so to Kyle and them than she did Garcelle, because she wants to be on the cool team. Remember, she did that last season. She immediately went on over there to the cool side because she wanted to be with the cool kids. And it's sad to see it. Hopefully she gets help, because just talking about it isn't enough. She really needs to do what Jackie did from Real Housewives of New Jersey and really seek help and get some help with this, because she fears that, she'll pass it on to her kids. And she said that, she's tired of it. She's exhausted by it. And like Kyle said, the only way it's going to get better is if she seeks treatment. So then we see all the girls head back into the living area. They're all sitting down, and the topic of Sutton and Diana's lunch comes up again. Sutton makes it clear to everyone that she doesn't think that Diana is even ready to remotely ponder them having any sort of friendship. And Diana agrees in the beginning. Then Diana begins to explain herself about the whole miscarriage situation. And she says that the date was approaching, I guess, for the baby to be born. And she didn't want to stay at home in LA and just sit in the dark space thinking about it. So she decided to go on the Mexico trip with the girls. And she was like, that probably wasn't the smartest idea. I shouldn't have gone. She was like, and then when I drank tequila, which is a blood thinner, it made me started to bleed again. And then when we got back home, that's when I sent that, mean text message to all of you. And it was just too much. But the producers then flash back to the girls' trip, and she's sitting with, I believe it was Crystal, and she said that she had been drinking wine. No, she had been drinking champagne. And Crystal was like, well, what do you want to drink? She was like, a glass of wine would be great. So I'm taking that as the producers calling her out about lying, saying that she drank tequila, and she actually did not. She had been drinking champagne and wanted wine. So did they catch this bitch in a lie? What is going on here? So to me, that was the producers blatantly showing that she's lying about drinking tequila, and that brought on her bleeding more. Let me know if I'm crazy, because that's what I got from that whole situation. Our girl Kathy is finally back. She didn't film for the first half of the season because she was busy helping her daughter Paris plan her wedding. And Paris had her own reality show on Peacock. By the way, my film Paper Heart is available right now on Peacock and Tubi to stream. So make sure you tune into that and watch it. Thank you to everybody who has watched it. But anywho, our girl Kathy is back now. I know she's going to be involved in some drama in a few. So I'm on, still ride for Kathy until that episode air. And then we going to see where we, feel about her then. But she has Kyle come over to the house so they can catch up. And they have baked potatoes with caviar for lunch. And that is the entree, darling. I've seen people eat potatoes with caviar before. It just seems like an odd pairing to me. I've had caviar before. It's very fishy tasting. I thought that I would love it, but I didn't. Maybe I need to have it in a different way, but it just didn't vibe for me. And I'm a girl that pretty much loves any type of seafood, fish, whatever, but I just didn't like it. So all that saltiness on that baked potato, I just don't know. It just didn't do anything for me, child, but Kathy love it. It's the day of Lint Liquor's Christmas party, and I must say that her home was immaculately decorated. It was beautiful. She has the bartender make up these cute bulb drinks where they had martini glasses, and then they took bulbs that you would put on the Christmas tree, and they filled them up with, whatever drink that they were serving that night, and put a little bit of mistletoe or whatever. It was just so cute. I'm stealing that idea. So cute. So Dorit has COVID. She can't come. Diana and her baby daddy get dressed and come down for the party. She has on this black long sleeve high neck sequin robe, look like choir robe type of ensemble. It just was old lady dress. It really wasn't doing much for me. Her baby daddy think he is Mick Jagger or something. I don't know who this man trying to be, but whatever he trying to be, I ain't here for a child. Crystal arrives first in this super cute Valentino sequin mini dress. It was giving me life. The only thing about it, I wish you would have did a different hair and makeup, because the dress was just fabulous. Oh my God. It was giving me like 60s go-go type vibes. I was so here for it. So Lisa arrives next, and then Erica arrives giving us a holiday, what's that lady name? Corilla DeVille type of ensemble. And Lisa asks Erica, is she gonna drink? And she was like, yeah. I mean, I don't want to have a repeat of Garcelle, but you know what? I might. And when she said that, I'm like, so you weren't really sorry about what you did. The fact that you just said you might do it again, you might have a repeat night like that, you weren't really sorry. And we find out just seconds later that she had been pre-gaming at home. So a drunk mind speaks a sober heart. Is that how a drunk mouth speaks a sober heart? I don't know, but you know what the fuck I mean. So bitch, you didn't mean it when you apologized. Okay. So Kathy comes, so excited to see Kathy. Garcelle arrives. She's back. She's free from COVID. She looked fabulous. Cherie is there. Kathy is super excited to see Garcelle. They have really struck up a friendship this year. And that's going to play out on the show, I think, as well, because Kyle is going to be feeling some type of way about that. So then we see Crystal talking to Erica and Garcelle about, the holidays triggering her eating disorder, because she's the type of person that eats the food but then feels guilty about it. And so Erica was like, okay, I'm about to ask you a question, and I might sound ignorant about it, but is it a thing where that you feel guilty about it, or is that you don't feel guilty about it because you didn't eat it? And she was like, no, it's a thing where I feel guilty when I eat it. So Erica then says, I always think just take a laxative and get rid of it. And my mouth dropped. Garcelle and Crystal was looking like, what the fuck did you just say? So you're encouraging this behavior. And obviously this is some shit that your ass do. You got issues with the fact that you say when you feeling guilty about eating, you take laxatives? Oh, wow. Okay. Garcelle is shocked. She cannot believe that this lady has said this ignorant ass shit to this woman. So Garcelle ends up, walking off, going to sit by Cherie. They kiki in. Erica and Crystal continue the conversation. And Erica continues, asks her questions or whatever. And then she was like, as you would rather throw it up, I would rather just poop it out. And I'm like, okay, so you got an eating disorder too. You just don't throw it up. You just take laxatives and shit your shit out. And you're basically co-signing what this girl is doing and giving her different ways to do it. Are you fucking out of your mind, you out of touch ass bitch? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, Erica drinking has really showed us the real true Erica. Like, this is the real Erica. Now that she is unhinged and she has been let off the leash of Tom and having to be this perfect Stepford wife, we are really seeing the real true her. And I am just disgusted by her. If I wasn't already disgusted by her, I'm completely disgusted by her now. There is nothing that she can say at this reunion for me. I don't give a fuck if she tried to come and apologize right off the rips to get the heat off of her. No, bitch. They need to hold her feet to the fucking fire. Don't let up off her ass, because She did not feel guilty about what she did to Garcelle, and then to turn around and give this fucking woman who has an eating disorder new ways to harm herself. Bitch, you're fucking out of your mind. So then the waiter comes by with food, and it's some chicken tenders on there. And Crystal was like, ooh, what is that? And Erica tells, you can't have this. It's a chicken tender. You can't have this. It's a chicken. What the fuck is wrong with you? So now you're encouraging her not to eat. Bitch, throw the whole woman away. Throw this bitch away. Throw her the fuck away. This bitch is corrupt. I cannot. Oh my God, I'm so disgusted with this bitch. Overall, I'll give tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills a A- because I'm just outdone with Erica. I'm so outdone. I can't wait to see how this shit gonna play out. Let's talk down below in the comment section, you guys. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.